Welcome for on the Bleakest Keep. I'm not necessarily speedrunning here, it's mostly for fun, and I've activated the photo mode, and it will be a good occasion to check out how the world design is in more details, and zoom in on some stuff, NPCs, whatever, anything we want. So, let's say, does it work? Yep. I think we should be good to go. Anyway, like I was saying on my review of the game, this first area, this cemetery area, is randomly generated, and there is always the shopkeeper's shop, hut, don't know the exact word for this, kinda around here, where we will find Juliet. Aside from this, we have the drawbridge, always around at the same place over there. And further ahead, near that purple light, we have the second encounter with Juliet. Necessarily noticed is that there is a burning village over there, which is behind the shopkeep tavern. Okay, it's a tavern. So Juliet is in a tavern. So Juliet's tavern, and behind it we have a burning village over here. That's an interesting detail. I guess when Cormac, the evil sorcerer, took the power, and I think he slayed the king. He must be exercising some kind of, you know, the usual trope of big bad guy burning down everything. Anyway, I'll go into details along the way. Whenever I find something that seems interesting, I'll dive into it. I think it's still interesting to check out the world design. I may have some gripe with gameplay elements, but that was in another video. I'll put the link in the description. Right now, let's have some fun and I don't know, maybe talk about some design ideas and stuff. So for now, I'm mainly using the heavy sword. I grew accustomed to it, so I'm gonna stick to it for now. The unarmed run that I did several days ago was with cheats enabled, so it doesn't really count. I guess for now my best starting gear is the heavy sword. So, like I was saying, randomly generated among several presets, I guess. I wonder what kind of how the game dev actually designed the whole RNG here regarding the world generation. I'm not very good at game developing right now. I think I didn't ever develop a game, so yeah. I may spout nonsense. If that's the case, feel free to comment and point out whatever stupid I said. But I think I'm gonna start some indie game dev stuff on my free time whenever I can. Of course, before me there were many people that tried that, but I wanna give it a shot too and make a small game Not necessarily like the Bleakest Keep, but I don't know. At least one game, something. I wanna release something that is fun and enjoyable. I don't need it to be the huge game of the century or something like that. So yeah, it's mostly for my personal. I don't know. It's mostly for me, I guess. Now, enough rambling. I'm gonna clear out this side, and then I'm gonna reactivate camera mode, photo mode. Okay, so we arrived at the tavern. We have Juliet inside. We can see her over there. And yeah, I wanted to check out something. So yeah, the burning village. This is of course the exit from the tavern, and then we continue over there. Now about the burning village. Yeah, of course there is a closed gate here and you cannot open it. There is no lever, no nothing. Burning village over here, comprised of empty houses, some fire effects, and yeah, some background elements like this. I never really paid attention to it, but that's nice. Now, what was on this side? Forest, just forest. Yeah, by the way, when you kick open the door, I think it's the only way to open doors in this game. You can push the control left or right and avoid going through the door and still open it. Is there any point in doing this? Not necessarily, but I find it funny. Sometimes it can be useful to have a sneak peek at what is behind the door. Let's say you think there are several enemies and you are not necessarily ready. So yeah, it's a nice little thing. So, the tavern. Nothing up top. Closed roof here. And yeah, nothing very special. There we are. Of course, Juliette. This is her outfit 1. It's not her default outfit. It's the first outfit, number 1 outfit among the list. So we have chops over here, and those things cannot be interacted with. Health potion, speed potion, whatever. I don't know what the yellow is. Was it supposed to be something, or it's just a visual design? And the fireplace. Oh, and yeah, you can shoot the chandeliers here. It doesn't do anything, there's no purpose, but it's possible. So, the usual. And let's heal a little. I could use God mode, but I'm not gonna use it right now. I'm fine with going around in this. Too bad you cannot change Juliette's outfit with the menu while playing the game. You have to quit. Anyway, as I was saying, no way to open this gate. Let's move on. Nothing else to see here. I guess if I was to design a first game, I've seen a lot of people say that it's usually easier to go for a 2D game, but I don't know. I guess first I have to be to delimit what I am looking for as a video game, or rather, like, I have to precisely figure out what I want in the game, and more importantly, what kind of features, detail, design I do not want in the game. What is to be included and what is to be excluded among everything, like sound, design, world building, stuff like this. I'm not even sure what I'm talking about, to be honest, but it feels interesting. I'd like to see where I could go with this. I guess it's nice that wait, I should have bought potions. I guess I may have to cheat after all. Yeah, whatever. I'll just restart if I need to. Yeah, I was gonna say, what's interesting is how Steam as a game platform, I mean, Steam takes a 30% cut, I think, from sales. But if I were to launch my very own game, the best thing to do would be to release it on Steam. That's where the huge majority of video gamers on PC find, use, and buy their game. So yeah, I guess that's what I will do. But for my very first game that I design, develop, where, yeah, I'm not necessarily looking for making money, not big money. Of course, monetary compensation is a huge... let's say if I were to sell video games and earn my life with it, that would be very good. To be financially, how can I say this? Independent, autonomous, I don't know which word is the correct one. I mean, to be my own boss. But before arriving at this point, I need a business plan. Because I may have ideas for a video game itself, but a video game is a product. And you need a business plan for your product to be valuable, to make sense, to, I don't know, to be worth something, whether it is money value, interest value, things like this. I may find my game interesting, but if players do not find it interesting and say, oh, it's boring, I don't like it, there are missing features, whatever, I don't know, that would be disappointing, both for me, the supposed future game dev, and the players, fans, or not necessarily fans, just someone that plays the game. That's as much as I could figure out at this point. I'm not exactly sure where I will be going with all of this, but I'm starting to have enough motivation to even talk about it, first of all. And then I have to work on at least a game design, first thing first. Something that makes sense. How to properly figure out what is a video game, what kind of video game, and does it have any interest around it? Because if I just copy paste another video game that I like and I wanna do it better, there wouldn't be that much purpose in such an approach. Then again, we are in 2025, the game industry is more than huge. So, of course, in such a very developed environment, whatever I may think of, do, design, develop, whatever, may have already been done by other people like me, or big studios, or whatever, AAA games. So yeah, I guess it's not about copying or not copying someone. It's more about the artistic vision, the game design itself. It needs to have my signature on it. Let me activate the camera mode for now. I wonder what those spirals are. There's a big green one right up the sky, another one atop the castle and the main tower over there. We have the moon here, and there is a red spiral over there, and some kind of red filter going across the sky. That's an interesting choice. I wonder what those spirals represent. Is it like the magic? I don't know. Tell me what you think in the comments. I'm doing a lousy job right now with those pesky little flies. They shouldn't be an issue, but I'm not exactly focused on gameplay right now. Bloody revolver. Good thing the longsword has a long reach. I thought for a second there was some kind of what's the word? Hashtag symbol here. I have the French word for it, dièse, but I don't remember the English one aside from hashtag. Anyway. Let's run for it. I don't feel like fighting them. Nope. Let's skip this area. Oops, I should have parried. Yeah, I'm skipping because I wanted to... Oh, I won't be able to skip right now. There's my homeboy, the troll, giant ogre. I wonder what's the correct name for this. He reminds me of those things in the Harry Potter series. The troll. I guess it's an ogre. Due to his face and his teeth. Anyway. Let's get here. Second place where we can meet Juliet. I should have changed her clothes when I restarted. Anyway. Let's be all. What is an interesting thing with this game is how it's set in a medieval magic environment. That's the main theme, and we of course have bows, knives, but we also have guns. Not necessarily surprising, depending on the medieval era we are in, but we also have plasma guns and stuff. That's very funny, and it's nice. It's like part of the humorous, the charm of the game, I guess. That's what you could call it. That's the kind of thing we can find in small indie games. When big studios try to do the same, it's kinda, I don't know, forced. It's forcefully thrown in the player's hand, and it's like, oh hey, look, we put an Easter egg. Hurry up and now make TikToks about it or whatever. I know it's part of the whole marketing plan, but it's kinda annoying. I'd rather see some nice Easter eggs from small indie games than the forced, washed off, distasteful things we can find in some AAA. Of course, there are AAA games with nice Easter eggs, but or quirky elements. But the usual mainstream stuff we can find these days is not necessarily compelling. So, crossbow is a rather powerful weapon. Let's headshot in here. Parry. In one of the earlier version of the game, you could parry the first swing and then simply ignore the second. But I guess it was patched now. You need to parry the second hit too. I mean, it kinda makes sense. No, that's good. It's what I could consider balancing the game without breaking the game, or making it needlessly easier nor needlessly harder. That's a good balance. I've seen through the changelogs that the king's boss fight was what was the word? Nerfed? Diminished in difficulty. Difficulty was lowered. The boss was made easier for this king, I don't remember the name. The king boss fight. I don't necessarily think there is a need to make an that easy first boss fight. I mean, it kinda became trivialized. This boss is not necessarily the one that needs to be fixed. It's mostly the final one. The fact that you can be thrown out of bounds during the final boss fight. And of course, since there is no checkpoint, you have to restart the whole game. That is extremely... the best word would be, to describe this would be, that's so unfair and not fun. I mean, the gameplay part on this is the thing I dislike the most. The fact that there is no checkpoint system. I mean, if there was a checkpoint system with some penalties because you lost / died / whatever, I would understand, but no checkpoint at all is not good game design. It forces you to play the game from beginning to the end and you can't really take the time and enjoy whatever you're doing because it's always a rush. And let's say, I don't know, you have to leave, you can't pause the game, go on save or save checkpoint and quit or something like this. There are this one apparently. That's a missed opportunity. Anyway, before I enter the boss area, let me check with the camera mode. So yeah, we have this exterior, what's the word? Cour. I have the French word in mind, not the English one. And here the third appearance of Juliet. A little shop set up in this cave. Nothing very special about it. What else do we have here? I know that after you've beaten the boss, you can of course go right in here, and then on this very little area there is one of the coins you can collect among the 10 coins. What else? Of course, there was also a coin near the drawbridge, but this is not a video showing all the 10 coins location. I'll let you check out one of the Steam guides that is rather well done. Otherwise, there are other YouTube videos or whatever. As soon as you go through this gate, the game loads the next area. And this part simply disappears. I guess it's some kind of placeholder. The watercolor is blue here. When you reach this place while playing the game, it turns green. Green for sewers, I guess. And then all the way down this sewage, I'm just gonna check what's down inside here. Just a little texture, and then, yeah. Oh, that's interesting, there's something over there. Anyway, let's do this boss fight, and I think I'll call it... I guess that will be all for this video. I'm not sure I will do another one like this. Maybe when I have more time. I am working on several stuff right now. Yeah, let's finish this boss fight and call it a day. It takes so much time to aim and shoot that I actually get hit. That's funny. Thankfully, I took the parry perk. When you parry, it reloads your weapon. I don't have health potions. I'm gonna have to be careful. I should count and see how long it takes for him to shoot. I'm gonna finish him with the crossbow, just like that. I wasn't really paying attention, I managed to defeat him very easily. Yeah, I guess that will be all for today. I'm just gonna check out what's below the bridge here. Camera mode, and yeah, just a stone bridge that goes down all the way down. And yeah, let's call it for today. Thank you for watching. If you want more of this kind of videos, then please say it so in the comments. If you don't like it, well, leave a comment or two. And if you have any question or whatever, well, leave a comment too. Thank you, and see you in the next one.